The illicit market is making more money in Canada than the legal one, though very politely we're sure. UK regulators have taken steps to make epilepsy medicine more accessible, and one university wants to school you on cannabis compliance. No, literally. It's Thursday, June 25th, and this is your TRICHOMES Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the TRICHOMES.com studios in Southern California. It's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
Let's start the day off with a report that says unregulated cannabis is making more money in Canada than the legal market. Unlicensed cannabis producers and sellers in British Columbia, Canada, made about one-third more in revenues last year than the province's licensed companies, according to Statistics Canada figures outlined by Global News. Unlicensed producers brought in $1.24 billion, while licensed BC companies earned $765 million. The legal sales revenues represent $600 million more than 2018, the first year of legalization in Canada. Mungall, Minister of Jobs and Economic Development, pointed to a government guide for black or gray market sellers and producers to help them transition to the legal market. What we all understood would happen is that there would be a transition. They want to make the transition to a legal market, and of course, we as a society and as a government want them to do that, but they need help, she said.
Next, the UK has downscheduled a CBD drug to the lowest level for controlled drugs. The United Kingdom has downscheduled Epidiolex to the lowest level of control for drugs, greatly easing the restrictions on the CBD-based medicine and reducing red tape for companies that supply it. The new classification came into force Wednesday. The government announcement explained this will reduce administrative processes for companies wanting to supply Epidiolex to patients with severe epilepsy. In the US, the CBD drug was downscheduled in 2018 and removed entirely from the controlled substances list in April of this year. London-based GW Pharmaceuticals, the maker of Epidiolex, cheered the move. Among other things, the change extends the length of time for a valid prescription. The decision to move Epidiolex to a low level of control is an important one for patients, their families, healthcare professionals, pharmacists, and the National Health Service as a whole, reducing costs and ensuring the medicine can be dispensed more easily, Chris Tovey, GW Pharma's chief operating officer, said in a news release.
And last up today, an online college introduces its new training program in cannabis policy and compliance. As we covered in our Careers in Cannabis podcast, as more states legalize their medical and or recreational cannabis markets, the demand for jobs in the emerging industry has exponentially increased. Unsurprisingly, several colleges and universities have launched special programs in the last few years, both degree or non-degree, which target students interested in entering this booming market. The latest one is Excelsior College's newly launched Graduate Certificate in Cannabis Control, where some programs focus on the business of cannabis or cultivation. For example, this online program focuses on educating students on how to navigate the complex regulatory landscape of the legal cannabis market. To enroll in this graduate-level certificate program, prospective students should have already completed their bachelor's degree. Work on the program, which began in September 2019, has been methodical and thorough. We started our work conducting a scan of the market, developing a concept paper, and having early conversations with experts and leaders in the industry, said Scott Dolan, Dean of Excelsior College's School of Graduate Studies. The three themes that emerged were around policy and compliance, interstate and international regulation, and risk assessment. After identifying a need for education and training, we conducted a full market research study and worked on aligning the curriculum with our existing programs and areas of expertise. Initial response to the program has been overwhelmingly positive, said Dolan.
That was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more stories like the ones you just heard, join the cannabis community at trichomes.com.
And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. It really helps others find the show. You can also keep up with Trichomes on all social media platforms and the Trichomes YouTube channel. For trichomes.com, I'm David Fortin.
And I'm Allison Ben-Yehuda. Take care and see you next time.